All right, so today we're going to make the retro SpaghettiOs gelatin mold. Although I don't have a ring per se, I need to find one at like an estate sale because I don't want to pay a lot for it. But what we have is we're gonna create a SpeghettioS loaf, which I can flip over and then we'll decorate it. And the ingredients call for 2 cans of SpaghettiOs. So I got the authentic SpaghettiOs, you know, no Ralph's brand or anything. And of course the gelatin, which makes it what it is. And then strangely, they only want you to put a 1/4 cup of condensed tomato and a 1/4 cup of water. I mean, I don't even know why you need to, you know. Well, you have to make the gelatin first. So anyway, I've got the pot set. Let's see if I can do this. Okay, here we go. All right, so we've added the water and the little bit of tomato soup. There's not much in here. I don't quite understand this, but then I don't do a lot of cooking. All right, so I'm supposed to pour this into a large pot, it says. Then you add 2 packets of gelatin. It says to sprinkle it on the top. Oh boy, it already looks delicious, doesn't it? And then the directions say to let it sit for 5 or 10 minutes and allow it to bloom. All right, well, I can't wait to see what this is going to look like. What's that show they have where they, the people present their recipes to that mean chef and he yells at them, he spits the food out and throws it away? Oh man, that would happen to me. You know, this is kind of chunky looking. Look at this. It's not really breaking up. Is it gelatin? Maybe as it gets hotter, it'll heat up. I just put the heat on. All right, well, hold on just a second. Okay, we've got everything mixed. Looks pretty good. So now what we do is, as I said, I don't have a ring mold today because I don't want to spend much for one, so if I can't find one for like $1 or $2, forget it. Now, I'm just going to use one of these like loaf things. All right, so we've just got it there in the refrigerator. We're gonna let it set. It says 4 hours. Wow, I should have started this a long time ago. All right, it'll be a late dinner. So that's it. Now we shut the door. The dog is supervising the operation, and then we'll see what we get. So stay tuned, here we go. Okay, so it gelled up overnight. Properly, which is good. I thought it was going to just be some big liquid mess, but no. And I took it out of the mold, but first I laid down a bed of butter lettuce to make it, you know, presentable. And here we have it. There you go. There's the SpeghettioS. Well, it's not a ring, but it's a loaf. SpeghettioS loaf. Yeah, you can see there is a little bit of trouble here on the corners. It got stuck in the loaf pan, but still, I mean, it doesn't look, you know, I mean, it does look like something you'd see from those old photographs. So the last touch that you're supposed to put on these are Vienna sausages. They're supposed to lay, you know, if this was a ring shape, they would be in the middle. All right, well, I don't eat pork, so what I did was I just went and got the Gerber baby finger sausages, and these are it's the same thing. It's just you can get them in turkey and chicken. So these are chicken. All right. So in a second we're going to see the final loaf presentation. Here it is. It really doesn't look too bad. I mean, in the way that it looks like something you would really see photographed and suggested to eat. Yeah, I didn't really know what else to do with the sausages, so no, I mean, that's good. I mean, I could have maybe stuck them in it, but, you know, I don't want to mess up that mold. Might not hold them. Okay, so the final test is taking a taste. We'll see. All right, here we go. All right, I have it here in front of me, and here we go. I'm going to taste it. This is not a particularly complicated recipe. In fact, it was perfect for me because it was just a few minutes to make. I do have some questions about it. So anyway, this thing is heavy. This is a dense dish. Here it is. Pretty good, huh? For somebody who hates to cook, this is, I mean, I'm kind of proud of this thing. It's ridiculous, but it worked. So Anyway, it's SpaghettiOs mixed in with some little bit of tomato soup and the gelatin, you know, to make it so that it stays like this. And then these chicken sausages on a bed. I've plated it on a bed of butter lettuce. All right, well, let's try this. The corners got a little messed up coming out of the mold, but I'm not going to complain. Oh, look, there's the dog. She has no interest. Although she does like these sausages. I'll have to admit, I eat these sometimes. They're pretty good. And she'll want one of those. All right. All right. Well, what happens is the just a quarter can of the tomato sauce mixed in with gelatin kind of dilutes the flavor a little bit. So you're getting a little bit of the tomato soup flavor, and you're kind of watering down the Spaghettio sauce flavor. Not that we can't cope with it, but I guess my main question is, why would you do this to a can of SpaghettiOs? I mean, why would you present this in front of a bunch of adults? I don't think adults would necessarily like this. This is maybe children, you know, maybe if you've got like 3 or 4 kids or something, or, you know, you're babysitting a bunch of kids, you want them to laugh and eat. I don't know. This isn't something that really, I mean, unless you and your, you know, who are you making this for? Your husband or wife really, really like SpaghettiOs. And I'm going to have to say, I grew up on canned pasta. My big thing was the mini ravioli, Chef Boyardee mini ravioli and top ramen. I ate so much of that stuff as a kid. I mean, that was like my mainstay. So I do have a thing for canned pasta, but I don't eat it anymore because, you know, you start reading labels when you get older, and a lot of fat and salt in that stuff. It's almost a vegetarian dish if it didn't have these little sausages on the top. But these are good. They're chicken. Hey. Well, I can't say this is a carb-free dish because you got lots of carb rings. Anyway, so what's my assessment in general? It was a success, and I'm proud of myself because I'm so happy that the mold really kind of came out more or less. It's intact. It's shocking. It's like creating a sculpture and then standing back and saying, wow, this really looks great. Well, sort of. All right. Would I recommend this? Like, if you want to make it at home? No, not really. It doesn't make any sense to me. Just open a bowl of SpaghettiOs and eat it. There's no reason to go through all this. But, you know, they're trying to, I don't know, usually these recipes are created by companies like Campbell's that makes the, you know, they make the SpaghettiOs now. It's not Franco-American anymore. So they're just trying to find ideas. Anyway, so that's it. It was a success. That's fun. There you go. There is the spaghetti. This is my Speghettio Loaf. That's it. And thanks for watching.